My name is Lisa Wheildon, and my research is looking at the role of victim survivors in driving policy change on gender-based violence. I worked in the Victorian government for 10 years and then went to work in the violence against women area. And I was working for an organisation called Our Watch at the time when Luke Batty was murdered in 2014, and was working in that area over the whole period that Rosie Batty became Australian of the Year. The Victorian government introduced a Royal Commission into family violence in this state, and there was widespread reform all around Australia. So that's what really interested me. I started out focusing on media, but then I realised that really key to what media are able to do is having the people to tell their stories. What was it about Rosie Batty in particular that really helped precipitate such major policy reform, particularly in Victoria? COVID is definitely increasing the frequency and severity and complexity of violence against women, as we've seen in relation to Black Lives Matter and a whole lot of other issues worldwide during COVID. COVID's really highlighted existing inequalities in our communities. When I come back to my research in October, I'll be talking to other researchers and to victim survivors really about how to proceed. We have all, by and large, managed to pivot our whole lives and are having a lot more sort of contact like this via Zoom. An agile sort of approach to your research, really listening to the people that you're interviewing, trying not to go into your research with a closed mind, particularly listening to the people that are hardest to hear or might be silenced. So the people that haven't been the subjects of research in the past. Women with disabilities are amongst are probably the group in our society most affected by gender-based violence. I think that there's a need and a want for those stories to be told at this time. It's just really, for me, it's about how as a researcher I do that in a way that's sort of ethical and does not re-traumatise and is done sort of in partnership with the people who will be telling their stories. I recognise the importance of the opportunity in doing this sort of research and the immense need for it, both for government policymakers and for people working in the violence against women sector. I'm seeing it as an opportunity to really improve the outcomes of my research and not to rush it, to do the right thing and to learn from the experience.